Your last assignment that I want you to get started on this week, and that is going to continue on probably the entire time that we're on this crazy online teaching, and possibly longer, depending on how long everything lasts, is to log what you see of the moon. So every day, I want you to go outside and I want you to look at the moon and I want you to record what it looks like. This is moon log A. You'll also have a moon log B that's going to just be this bottom part so that you have enough weeks for 5 weeks of moon observations. Up here in the corner is what a sample day that you're going to fill out should look like. So you've got the day of the month, you're telling me what time you observed the moon right there, and then you're drawing a picture of what it looks like right here in this box. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can either print this thing out if you have a printer at home, or if you don't, you can use the tools on this Google Draw platform to draw a picture of what it looks like. So if we expand our view here, give me a second. So here's the whole Google Draw view. So you'll see that down here you've got a circle with a line through it. That line represents the tilt of the Earth and consequently the moon. You'll see over here I've managed to shade the whole circle, and then I added a white crescent for a crescent moon. You want to make sure that when you draw the moon, that the part that you see is white and the rest of it is dark. So if you have to use the Google Draw tools, you would come in here and you would highlight your circle. You go up to this little fill color icon. It looks like a little pail pouring over, and just select a gray. Make it kind of dark. I wouldn't use black, but I guess if you really want to, you can. And then look at the shapes. If you go to shapes, there is a crescent shape. I gotta find it. Give me a second. Okay, the crescent shape is right here. And you can just, it's a little kind of wonky, but I would start at this corner, and then you're just gonna kind of make it big enough to fit in your box, and then you're going to have to sort of use this top part here to spin it around. Okay, and then you can just kind of nestle it here if that's where you saw the crescent. Depending on what time of the month it is, you might see the crescent here. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll go back up to this fill line and you're going to make that white. And then there you go. It's not perfect, but it is good enough. Kind of looks like this guy's got a little hat on or something. Anyhow, just try to use the tools that you've got. I'm not going to grade you on how artistic it looks, because you can tell that mine's not super artistic either, you know. Anyhow, just do your best. So the moon's either going to be a crescent, it could be half, could be full. So obviously, if you were talking about the full moon, you would make sure that your whole circle is white, because that's going to show me that, hey, it's a full moon. Okay, if you have half, there's a half circle shape up in this shapes as well, and you would just get the half circle shape. You'd put it here and make half of it white and half of it dark. Make sure you get which side is which. So at the end of the time, you should have a progression from a, we call it waxing gibbous. That means it's getting bigger. So it starts off as a crescent and it's waxing, which means it gets bigger as it moves towards the full moon. So you should go from something that looks like a crescent all the way to the full moon, and then it will be a waning gibbous moon, and that means it'll go from the full moon down to a crescent. One thing you're going to need to know is, when is the moon out? When can I go look at it? All right, you can go to this website. It's timeanddate.com. I will put a link to it on Google Classroom. You're going to have to set where your location is. So I set this for the city of Jackson. Obviously, pick wherever you live if you don't live in Jackson. I don't actually live in Jackson. I would put Placerville in. And then you can go down here and you can look at the right day. So today is, I mean, I'm doing this the week before you're going to get this assignment, but today is the 24th of March. And so here it's telling me that the moon is rising at 7:30 and it's setting at 7:46. It's possible that you might have to go out during the day to look at the moon. Okay, so just pick a time when it's out and go somewhere where you have full view of the sky and you can see it. Hopefully you all have some kind of a backyard that you can walk into. I don't want you to go somewhere unsafe where you might possibly be exposed to the coronavirus. So if that's going to be an issue, just send me an email and let me know. Obviously, if it's cloudy out, for example, it's cloudy out today, you can't get a view of the moon. So in that case, I would just go back to your page and I would write up at the top somewhere cloudy. You write the date, write the time, and then maybe just write cloudy down here somewhere. If you have to use the software, you can just put a text box in there. So you just make a text box down here and you could write cloudy. And then you can just move that text box over whatever day it was too cloudy to see the moon. All right. So this is an assignment that we are going to be working on, like I said, for at least 4 weeks. We want to get a full moon cycle in, and the moon cycle is 28 days. So 4 weeks, or maybe a little bit longer, depending on how long this whole we're all staying at home thing lasts. If you have questions, drop me a line either on Discord, you can email me, or you can put it into Google Classroom. Any of those will work. Thanks.